Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Intentionally Get the Bad Endings for Katawa Shoujo. And here we're gonna trust our own judgment. Screw Lily. I listen carefully to what Lily has to say, but I can't bring myself to agree with her. Hanako is a delicate person at the best of times, and after what had happened with her birthday was brought up, I think it is a very last situation where we should be leaving her alone if she's deliberately secluding herself. It feels like Lily has a very defined image of how best to deal with Hanako in her mind. Though, not just now, but in all the time that I've known the two. I'll mull over the best course of action in my mind, and I find myself trying to verbally agree with Lily as softly and as vehemently as I can. We make some small talk afterwards, but neither of us really has much stomach for it in the light of recent events. We can say goodbyes before I hang up. I want to talk to Lily, what the fuck? Hanako myself, to help her as best I can. The best thing for her right now would be to have someone close to her, not to be left alone. I rap my knuckles thrice on Hanako's door. As expected, there's no answer. I briefly consider knocking again, but I know full well that I'm just gonna get the same results if I did. Resting my hand on Hanako's door handle, I try to prepare what I want to say to her. Try as I might, I can't really think of anything worth saying. I want to confront her, yes, but I have no idea how to do that. That alone is almost enough to stop me. I told Lily that I would, though, so I feel I have to follow through, whether I'm confident about it or not. I turn the handle downwards with a large amount of hesitation. It doesn't move far, though, due to the door being locked. Hanako. So she really has locked me out. After everything that happened between us and the time that we spent together, she shut me out completely. I don't know if you can hear me, but I just want to talk to you a bit. If you can hear me, could you unlock the door? We wait. I wait in silence. Minutes pass, but eventually I hear footsteps coming to the door and the lock being worked. At least she's willing to hear me out. That's one good thing. I I don't really know what to say, but I just wanted to see you. I wanted to make sure you're alright. I take a deep breath before pushing the handle and opening the door. If she unlocked it without raising any protest, it should be fine for me to go in. Hanako is sitting on the side of her bed, her face sullen as though deep in thought. Her room is stark as ever, and right now she seems to perfectly suit the mood it gives off. Eventually her eyes slowly move to the door as soon as as soon as she notices my presence. She darts off the bed and jumps to her feet, facing me straight on. Her oversized gown makes this gesture look all the more sweeping as it freely moves about her light frame. What are you? I'm a human. I quickly regret coming in as soon as I look at her. She looks depressed, but there's tinge of anger behind it. So you can make this kind of expression as well. I just wanted to check that you were alright. I thought it would be okay since you unlocked the door. Hanako opens her mouth to speak, but quickly closes it before looking away. We stand in silence for a while before she steps back and sits down on the side of her bed. I'm not sure whether she's frustrated with me or resigned in the fact that I'm here, or generally okay with me being in the room. Once again, I find myself completely unable to work out how she feels. It's annoying. I end up walking to her desk chair and taking a seat. I do it slowly to allow her time to raise any issue she might have with me sticking around. She might have with me sticking around, but she doesn't say anything. All she does is stare at the ground, not moving a muscle. After sitting with my front of the chair, After sitting with my front of the chair's back, I take a better look at Hanako. She appears pale, but her cheeks look red. I'm not sure she's been eating well, either, given how thin her frame looks. Lily might have said it, but would it be better if I kept more of the distance from her? But it's hard to think of that as the correct way to deal with Kanako when she looks like this. She keeps looking at the ground without a word, as if waiting for me to say something. It's entirely reasonable, since I'm the one who came into her room. Want to go somewhere? Going down the hill to town might be a bit much, but we could at least go for a walk outside. Why do you want to do that? I was just thinking that it might help you a bit. You spend so much time inside, your skin's going to get as pale as Lily's before long. I snort in amusement, expecting Hanako to do the same, but she gives no reaction. She goes back to looking at the ground. If you don't want to go, I don't want to go either. It's fine. I played soccer and hung out with friends after school a lot before coming to Yumako, so I like being outdoors. Hanako shows no visible reaction. It's hard to talk to her when the discussion is so one-sided. We can go to the library, if it wasn't closed by about now. The gardens would be fine though. She begins to play with her hair. It's distracting and strikes me as a little unusual for her. Then again, since the incident in class happened, I've been tiptoeing around her for fear of hurting her like that again. Actively trying to get her outside might be a good thing. I lean forward a bit in the chair and give her a slightly forced smile to try and lighten the mood a little. There wouldn't be anyone around by now, so you wouldn't have to worry about someone getting in our way. It could be a little date or something. I give a small chuckle, but catch myself as Hanako stops playing with her hair and grips the bed tightly. Hanako's mouth moves, but try as I might, I can't pick out what she's mumbling. Hanako? You don't understand. Even though I could barely understand what she says, it feels like she's trying to make her presence as small as possible. That's incredibly natural for her to do in class or around others, but it hurts when she tries it around me. I told you it's fine. It's just a little walk. Nobody will notice us. I get out of the chair and walk towards the door, turning back to invite Hanako along. Once again, she doesn't respond at all to what I say. I don't. Going outside for a bit is good for clearing your head. Why do you want to do this? Because I want to help you. I don't want help. Did you just come here to try to get me out? I don't mind. I think everyone needs help sometimes. When I was trying to get through my first days at Yamako, you and Lily helped me a lot. Besides, I'm not exactly busy. I don't want to go. I'm fine. Sounds like a stutterer. I don't really think it's healthy to stay indoors that long. The sun still got a little life in it, so it's not too late to have at least a little walk. I could probably use a bit of exercise anyway, to help wake me up. I've got some homework to get done, and it would be good to fall asleep halfway through doing it. Then go. By myself? She nods. Well, I'm not really against that, but are you sure? I swung by to invite you to come with me. I'm fine, you can go. Come on, just a small walk. Please, just go, I'm fine here. Hanako? I try to look at her face to grudge her feelings, but her expression is wooden, as if I was so carefully arranged that a single moment might cause it to collapse. Well, if you want to stay here, maybe we could play a game. Just leave, please. I don't want to do anything right now. Surely there's something you want to do. It must be boring sitting here in your room all alone. I want you to go. Come on, you don't have to be like that. I just want to spend time with you. Lily and I are worried, so... You talked to her? Yeah, we were on the phone just a little while ago. We're both really worried about you. Hanako mumbles to herself again. It's increasingly disturbing. Hanako? I'm telling you, please, go away. You don't understand anything. If we had a talk, you could tell me what I don't understand. I just want to protect you. I don't really see. Get out, please. Just locking yourself in your room. God, Hasao, you're such a freaking. Um, in Spanish, it's called pesao. Like he's too. What's the word? He's too forceful, I guess. Right here, like he's too like. It's kind of like my dad. He always wants me to try things, and he's like very like he keeps asking me to do it, and it's like it gets like a little much. Like I already said, I don't want to try your freaking pig foot soup, so don't ask me 19 more times. It's like it's kind of like that, you know. You gotta let Hanako have some space, you know. Just locking yourself in your room, Hanako, please. Silence. Hanako, I just want to. She suddenly storms off her bed, turning to me with an expression that takes me completely off guard. Get out of my room! Get out of my room! Get out of my room! Jeez. Hanako yells at me with such force that for the first time in a long time, I feel genuinely frightened. I I have no idea how to react to this, and from Hanako of all people. Leave! I'm telling you to go! But I was trying to help you. I know I need help. I know I'm broken. I need you. I don't need you to tell me that. I never said you were broken or anything like that. It's written on your face. It's written on Lily's face. It's written on everybody's faces. I see a therapist every week. Lily dotes on me as if I were her child. And now, even you? Nothing's changed. Nothing at all. I hate Lily and I hate you more than anyone. Her face moves in strange, almost grotesque ways. I've never seen someone completely lose it before, but it looks like the usual quiet and withdrawn girl in front of me is going into such a destructive cycle before my eyes. I don't know what to do. I have no idea what I should say or do. Go! Leave me alone! Get me out of here! Get out of here! I take a step back, then another, and then another. My retreat is almost halted when I feel the door almost against my back. I can't fix the situation. Nothing I say would change anything now. I feel like I'm in a strange and deeply unsettling foreign world. I don't want to be here anymore. The door handle fights my clumsy attempts to open the door without turning my back to Hanako. Eventually, thankfully, the handle moves downwards. I open the door as fast as I can and almost leap backwards to it. As I go through, I keep my eyes on the girl in front of me. She's not broken. Hanako isn't broken. If she was broken, then I'm just as broken as she is after all that's happened to me. Lily only ever did the best by her. And I only ever tried to protect her as the best I could. Hanako looks down, all her energy spent. Now that I've stepped out of the room, the worst of her fury is gone. But even now, I can't bring myself to argue with her. It's not just that the deep shock at what she said. It feels like something else is stopping me. Something deep that makes me feel physically sick. Without a word, I slowly shut the door. The creak of the old hinges sound almost deafening. With a final thud, the wooden door closes, and the Hanako that I felt I knew disappears behind it, and only faint orange silvers of light peek around the very edges. I feel numb. Without anything else to do, I began to walk back to my dormitory room, mechanically placing one foot in front of the other while barely registering a thing around me. My mind keeps ticking, questioning everything that I thought I knew about Hanako. But one thing is not questioned. The shutting the door brought a close to more than the single visit. What? Well, that was the bad ending for Hanako. I don't know which one I'll do next. I think I only have, oh, I have three left, right? Emmy, Lily, Rin. Rin is freaking hard. I played through hers and it's like it gets me pissed off. I understand Hasao's point of view with that one, but well, whatever. We'll see next time. So, see you guys in the next episode. Later.